What's going on, Bulls fans? I apologize for not being here with you for the entire game. Um, Full disclosure, it took me a little bit longer to get ready than I thought, and when I looked up, we were down by over 30 points. And it's not that I didn't want to call it; I didn't want to be depressing. I didn't want to come on here and if I was already in it, I would have obviously made the best out of it, but jumping into a game when we're already down by 30 would have been tough. And I didn't want to give you guys content that is depressing. That's not my style. I thought maybe the Bulls would come back and I was going to hop in when they got closer. And that never happened. So the Bulls, by the way, I did my end of service award ceremony for the Army today. It's why I'm wearing my dog tags out. I know that's against the rules, but showing some love to the Army. They got me this stuff. They got me armbands because I always wear the red armband, and they got me the headband, which I think is super cool. Oh, Rob, that's Miller. Cool to see Miller out there. So thank you to my Army co-workers for getting me the fresh gear. Wish I could have introduced it during a cooler game. Man, I'll tell you what, guys. So I know I've said that I think that the Bulls have more talent potentially than they did before the trade deadline. I'll stand on that. The problem to me is that the Bulls don't have a point guard out here. It's impossible for this talent to show off because we don't have an offense. We're out there playing pickup basketball. Josh Giddey is so necessary for this team right now. It's not even funny. Without him, they're engineless. Without him, it's hopeless. At least Tre Jones. Rob Dillingham is the only point guard on the team right now, the only pure point guard. The rest of these guys are shooting guards. We're starting two shooting guards, and yeah, they have some playmaking ability, but they're not this is a consistent reason why the Bulls with Levine and DeRozan were getting their ass kicked when Lonzo was out, because you can't just have a bunch of isolation guys out there unless you're if it's Kevin Durant and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you're going to win games, right? But when it's Anfernee Simons and, Jaden Ivey or Colin Sexton, you're going to lose games because those guys aren't they're good, but they're not good enough to overcome the fact that there's not a point guard on the floor. They need point guards. They need pure point guards on this team badly. And I really don't want to see this team sit down Giddey for the rest of the season for this reason. We're not getting any good data. We don't know who would work well with a point guard right now because they're out there playing pickup basketball. They're playing rec center ball. I mean, look at what's happening right now. Colin Sexton drives the lane and there's no one. They're all standing outside on the perimeter. Ivy gets it to Sexton. Sexton drives, shot in the lane, scores. Ivy's the closest thing to a point guard besides Dillingham. And that's tough because Ivy's still regaining his confidence from his injury. So again, it's just the Bulls have talent right now, but they're going through giant spurts where they're not scoring because they don't have a legitimate offense. There's no flow to what they're doing. That's going to wrap up the game 105-124. That's not even that's closer than it actually was. This was an absolute beatdown, really a 25 to 30 point beatdown. And again, I'm not mad at the Bulls because they don't have the weapons. They have the weapons. They don't have the setup guy. They don't have the point guards. This just completely shines a bright light on how important it is to have a player in your starting lineup that really creates for other people. And that's their main, focus. tonight when you're starting Simons and Sexton, right? Both of those guys are looking to score. They're not looking to pass. Just rough, man. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the game here. Vucevic looked good tonight for the Celtics. Good job, big guy. I have no ill will towards Vooch. I'm a little disappointed in Simons. I thought he would have a bit better game for the revenge game. I was wrong. Then again, like I said, he needs somebody out there that's going to create for him. I'm curious to know what Rob Dillingham's plus minus was tonight. He's even at 0. That's hilarious. Again, Rob Dillingham being the only pure point guard on the team and the game being even when he played is hilarious. Because again, so when Dillingham plays, the Bulls actually play up to par. Because 3 games ago, when they got beat by Denver, Dillingham had a +9. Sorry, 2 games ago. Then last game, when they played the Nets, Dillingham had a +7. And tonight it was a dead even. And while all of the rest of the team has giant minuses, what does that tell you? That tells you that when Dillingham, an actual point guard, is on the floor, the Bulls are actually playing up to par. They're winning, actually. Like they won with Dillingham on the floor against Denver. They won with Dillingham on the floor against. They won, or they played even with the Celtics tonight when Dillingham was on the floor. That's crazy because they got their ass kicked. They got trounced. So that just tells you how much it hurts the Bulls to not have a point guard on the floor. Like it matters. Positionless basketball is BS if you don't have a point guard. You need a point guard. That was my timer to grab my pizza out of the oven. 1 sec, guys. All right. So, guys, if you're here with me on X, I would really appreciate it if you did come over to the YouTube channel, the Chicago Bulls Breeze YouTube channel. I'm going to post a link in the comments right now. It would be super awesome if you came over and joined me, or at least checked out this show tonight on X. And if you enjoy the show, I would love it if you came over and gave us a legitimate try on the channel. Let's see here. So, all right. Posting in the comments. So I never even it's such a depressing game. I did not properly introduce the show. So welcome to the Chicago Bulls Breeze. My name is Philly the Fourth. I'm here with you to recap what happened tonight with the Boston Celtics doing an A-town stomp all over the Chicago Bulls. They crip walked on our grave, hit the gritty, the whole 9 yards. But first, before I talk about it, let's go with this as always. The Chicago Bulls, they get absolutely annihilated. A 19-point loss does not properly tell you exactly what happened tonight to the Chicago Bulls. They got absolutely killed, guys. It was ugly from start to finish. The Bulls, they got bodied. There's no other way to put it. They got bodied, you guys. Really rough game. Let's see here. I can't get the Bulls on Amazon no more. Anfernee Simons only 9 shot attempts. I wonder what was up with him tonight. He opened the game very slow, and I'm not sure why. I agree with you. Like, I'm not sure what was going on with him. It seemed like – also, I'm not sure why I'm not streaming on X. I thought I was live on X, but whatever. I don't know what was up with him tonight either. I thought that he would really take the revenge game factor personally, and it didn't seem like he did. It seemed like he got his ass kicked. Before I say anything, I'm going to go ahead and head him off before he comments. Yes, I know you know it. I'm wearing a headband, and you probably hate it, and you're going to talk some trash. So the Celtics do know Anfernee's game. That's fair. And they are a very good defensive team. They have a very good defensive philosophy. They play the defense well. And, yeah, they locked him up. I mean, I will say a guy like Simons, who's supposed to be a walking bucket, that's his bag. Like, that's his skill, is he gets buckets. Nobody can – you're not supposed to really be able to be solved like that, right? Like, they might be able to slow him down, but they can't hold him down forever. That's not how that's supposed to work. So, especially I'm assuming he's going to command a pretty nice payday. I don't know how much the discourse is on how much he's going to actually, want to sign with the team. I imagine it's Kobe White type of money, maybe cheaper, slightly show. But yes, Giddey and Tre are still. So this is I'm glad that you said this, because this is where I gotta talk about this. Are they injured? And if they're not, if the Bulls are sitting them while they're healthy, I'll tell you, I absolutely, it disgusts me if the Bulls are doing that. And I'll tell you what, not only does it disgust me, I think it's a terrible move, a terrible management move. And I know that the tankers will disagree. But the Bulls need to figure out who works well with Josh Giddey. They can't. I've had people suggest that he gets shut down for the season. That's a bad idea. Don't we want to figure out if we should go after Simons? Don't we want to figure out if we're going to match any offer that Jaden Ivey gets? You can't do that without playing them with Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is the literal best player on the team. And not only that, he is the point guard, the engine. He makes this team go. So you can't move forward without figuring out who's playing with that guy. You can't figure that out in practice. To quote Allen Iverson, practice? We're talking practice? A tank isn't good enough of a reason to not, because you got to figure out. I'm more concerned with chemistry and who's going to be here long term than I am with getting a few more percentage in a lottery that has been consistently won by teams with really low percentages, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, the 10th spot, the 11th spot, I know that the percentages make a difference. That said, only one ping pong ball wins, right? So I just think that the Bulls need to figure out who's going to work the best with Josh Giddey. Maybe AK's already made up his mind, but that's crazy to me. Maybe he made these trades and had predetermined who he felt was going to be worthy of keeping and who was not, right? But I think that's terrible management if that's what he's doing. I want to say that the Bulls are actually sitting these guys because they're hurt. Josh Giddey's a competitor. He's not trying to lose. He's not trying to lose, right? Josh Giddey hates to lose. Anybody that doesn't know this, Josh Giddey cried after Australia was eliminated from the Olympics a few years back. He cried live on TV. It wasn't like sobbing or anything, but like they were interviewing him and he had tears running down his face. I love that shit. Give me 15 guys that cry after they lose one of the most important games of the season, because that means they care. That means it matters. Now I get it. Some people don't cry. It's not manly if you don't cry. All right, I get it. But like, I want guys that actually give a shit. I don't want guys that shrug losses off like Zach LaVine. I want guys that take losing personally. Right? I want guys that can't stand the thought of losing. And if someone suggested to them that they lose on purpose, they smack them right upside the head like they deserve. At the end of the day, it's still competition. It's sports. To suggest that you should roll over and play dead, it goes against sports. It goes against the spirit of competition, man. And that's the kind of shit that's going to ruin the NBA. Other games, other leagues aren't sitting down star players when it matters or when they're healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's awful for the league for players to do that. So I don't think the players are playing bad on purpose. I would hope that Tre Jones and Josh Giddey are not. If the Bulls told one of them, like, hey, you're healthy, we know you're healthy, but you're going to sit out tonight, I want one of them to speak up. Say something about that. Don't let that slide. Like, the Bulls, they need to figure out chemistry. It matters. It matters. That's what's happening to the Chicago Bulls right now. They don't have a point guard. They don't have chemistry. Rob Dillingham is the only point guard on the team that's playing. And lo and behold, when he plays, the Bulls are winning or tied. This is the third straight game that the Bulls would have been winning or tied if Rob Dillingham was the only player that, like, if you only counted his minutes. He had the highest plus minus on the team tonight, other than Miller and Olbrich, who got garbage time duty. I know I don't know a ton about Miller, but I've been told that he has some potential by some guys. And then Hayes told me that he's sub Patrick Williams. So I don't know about that. But let me see here. I agree, Philly the fourth. Giddey and Tre needs to play before the season ends. Yes. And it can't just be a few games. You got to give these guys like 10, 15 games at least to build a chemistry with each other. Now, I do understand this. The All-Star break is up now, right? We're into the All-Star break. Got a really bad taste in our mouths, but we're going into the All-Star break. So maybe that was the plan. Maybe the plan has been, hey, we got to get to the All-Star break. Like, we're not healthy. Like, we got to make sure that these guys are good to go after the All-Star break to plow through. Now that would make me understand why Giddey and Tre are out right now with calf strains. Like, I've never seen this many calf strains in my entire life. I don't know when the calf strain became such a normal injury, like a reoccurring injury that happens all the time and keeps people out for weeks. Like, Kobe White got traded after rehabbing his calf strain just to get identified by Hornets staff that he still had a calf strain. What's going on? Are people not doing, like, are people not lifting, bro? Do you even lift, bro? Like, do you keep your stuff nice and loose? And, I don't know. I know that the calf strains are worrying a lot of people because what can come after that is a Achilles tear. And if you tear your Achilles, man, you might as well kiss next season goodbye. it's not coming. Unless you're, yeah. So, I don't know, guys. Overall, I'm going to go through these stats. I'm frustrated because we deserve to see a better quality of product on the floor. We deserve to see the Bulls at least compete in the fourth quarter, right? Whether or not you want them to lose, which I can't root for losses. It goes against competition to me. But if you are if it overall, it's just frustrating to watch the Bulls be blown out and watch the fourth quarter be nothing but meaningless basketball. That's hard to do nowadays because the way that the pace of the game has gone, big leads are erased in a matter of seconds. You know, you can come back from 20 in 4 minutes easily. Actually, it can happen just like that. We've seen it multiple times this year, both for us and against us. Like, I don't, all right, I'm gonna go through the stats for you guys. So, let me bring up the ESPN. Bulls, Celtics, ESPN. Heading into the All-Star break, I think the Bulls will be on a 4-game losing streak. Bummer, man. I know that there's some people that are happy about this, and hey, man, I'm happy that there's some people that can actually stomach this. This disgusts me. Let's see. Bulls are 7 games under 500 now. I'm looking. Okay. Lachlan Ulbrich was a +7 in his 5 minutes. Am I tripping or where's Rob Dillingham? Okay, so the CHSN app was miscalculated or was glitching. Rob Dillingham was a -17 tonight. So excuse what I said about him. He wasn't good either. So the Bulls actually just got thoroughly annihilated tonight. Rob Dillingham didn't even make up a difference. So let's see. Dream Bulls rotation. I like that you still can have a Dream Bulls rotation, even though right now is anything but a dream. But I appreciate your optimism. I love it. Please keep coming back. Giddey, Simons, Matas, Smith, Richards. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably solid. I think that's solid. I would agree with that, I believe. I think you can, yeah, because Yabusele has kind of gone back to a pumpkin, right? What has he done tonight? What did he do tonight? I mean, he had 13. He was 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, 1 of 2 from the line. Only 2 rebounds again. This is the 3rd straight game that Yabusele has only had 2 rebounds. Yabubu, I need to know what's going on. Why aren't you battling down there, big guy? Like you're Yabusele is too big. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that in a dude, just use your common sense, like he's a big guy way. Like Yabubu should be getting more than 2 rebounds in a game. This is the 3rd straight game he did that. And he was a -22 tonight, which was the worst on the team. I think Billy needs to get over those first 2 games and take Yabubu out of the starting lineup. That's my opinion. As far as my dream, I like what you just said. Yeah. But here in I got a question. So in your bench, how are you playing? Are you playing 3 guards then? Are you playing 3 guards, 1 forward? Sounds like you might be playing 4. Yeah. I'm tripping. So yeah, I mean Tre Jones. So who's your fifth? Or you're not actually using a lineup? That's just your bench. Like they're all just on the bench. That's not a lineup. All right, I'm gonna go through all of the stats now. All right, so there we go. All right. So our starters tonight were Yabusele. We started Patrick Williams. Wow. So I came into this game about midway through the first quarter because I was coming home from my award ceremony at the Army today. And so Patrick Williams started tonight. Why? Why? I don't understand, man. Unless you have to play him, why are you starting him? I don't know. I don't see the vision there. I guess you're just kind of throwing guys out there, right, and seeing what works. That's why Giddey needs to be out here. So Patrick Williams in his time did 25 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Minus 22 on the court. Sorry, that was Yabusele. I didn't mean to say Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, however, did 35 minutes tonight. Patrick Williams led the team in minutes played. Excuse me while I stare at the camera in anger. What are you doing, Billy? I guess the tank is really on. If Patrick Williams is playing goddamn 35 minutes in a game, the tank is on. It makes me mad because I feel like that means they're holding Giddey and Tre Jones out. You can't do that. You got to figure out who's going to play with Josh Giddey long term. I don't get it, man. These guys piss me off. This is the kind of stuff that makes me mad and makes me negative, Bulls Nation. Because this is dumb. You can't trade for guys that, like, all these guys. You didn't trade for anyone that was locked up. So we got to make decisions. Or are we just going to let them all walk? I don't think that's a good idea. At least one of these guys has potential enough has to have potential enough in their eyes. I don't know. Patrick Williams tonight actually didn't play that bad. My point is that he shouldn't be getting 35 minutes in a game. I don't think anybody would dispute that. 35 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Oh, Dillingham had 7. Here's how you know that we don't have crap for point guards out there right now. Rob Dillingham had 7 assists. Patrick Williams had 6 and was second on the team in assists. That's when you know it's ugly. You don't have a point guard so bad that Patrick Williams is picking up the playmaking slack. That's crazy. That's actually diabolical. Pat also had 3 steals tonight. That's good. I don't hate Patrick Williams. We just know what he is, and you have to limit how many minutes he's playing. I don't know. I'm glad that he's playing well. I'm glad he played well tonight. I mean, but you have to be conscious of what his role is moving forward, and it's got to be nothing better than the 9th or 10th man on the team. That's just my feeling. But all right, Matas Buzelis had 29 minutes. He scored 15 points. He was 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown. He had 8 rebounds tonight, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 1 steal. Great game from Matas Buzelis. only a -9 on a night where we got our ass whipped is pretty good for Pat. Or sorry, for Matas. -9 and the plus minus is solid. I love that he shot efficiently, almost 50%, and he crashed the boards. I love that. Because it seems like our effort is at an all-time low right now for the organization. And yeah. Sorry, I keep getting text messages. I keep getting distracted. All right. So going back through these stats, also Matas Buzelis, I think he had his 29th game tonight where he had 2+ blocks. His blocking ability is very special. Matas Buzelis is got to come up with a celebration for that, because like he blocks shots at a rate that would suggest that he could have a blocked shot celebration, and it would make sense. Colin Sexton tonight also had 15 points, also shot 6 of 13. So him and Matas were best friends from a statistical exact perspective. They were both 6 of 13. However, Matas was 3 of 7 from downtown, while Colin Sexton was 1 of 4. Colin Sexton also hit 2 free throws, to which Buzelis had none. 3 rebounds for Sexton, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 2 steals. I love the 2 steals from Sexton. I liked seeing that effort. He was only a -4. Like tonight, Matas, I don't know. Sorry, I was just thinking, but all right. I like to see Sexton and Buzelis having single-digit minuses. Other than them, everybody else got their ass kicked pretty hard. Anfernee Simons only had a -13, but when you're in the double digits, I feel like that's kind of significant. Plus with Simons, my beef with him is he didn't really do his job tonight. You expect him to score. That's his role. And tonight, he only had 20 in 28 minutes. He only had 7 points. 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 2 from, or sorry. I was looking at the wrong. So my apologies. 28 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 6 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. The Bulls had 13 turnovers tonight. It's actually not bad. They turned it over one less time than the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard turned it over 5 times. And Nikola Vucevic had 4 turnovers because he still can't get the Chicago Bull bug of turning the damn ball over out of his system. Vucevic was a +26 out there for the Celtics tonight, though. He was a top plus-minus on the team. My God. All right, well, off the bench, Leonard Miller played 7 minutes and had 5 points. He was perfect from the field, 2 of 2. He had 1 of 1 free throws, 3 rebounds, and that's it. He was a +8, but you don't really count that. He only played 7 minutes. 21 minutes for Nick Richards, who I've showered with praise over the last 5 days or so. But tonight, he didn't really 21 minutes, 5 points, 1 of 5 from downtown, or 1 of 5 from the field. Nick Richards hit a 3 tonight. What? He had only hit 1 3 in his career before coming to Chicago. No, now he's hit 2. Or sorry, he's hit 3 total because he hit 2 in his first 3 games as a Bull. That's nuts. Lachlan Olbrich played 5 minutes, had 7 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3-point land, 2 rebounds. He was a +7. Again, he only played 5 minutes. Jaden Ivey. They brought him off the bench tonight. I got to say, I don't know how I feel about that. I know he's still recovering from injury. I know Billy's throwing paint at the wall, at least now. He's just trying to see what sticks. He's not concerned with who's starting and who's not, but like, I don't know. I feel like Jaden Ivey's the one guy that you're going to bring back besides Rob Dillingham, for sure. And so if that's the case, you gotta get a read on him. You got to see what he's like in the starting lineup. If it was me, I'd be giving Ivy the ball and telling him, you got a green light. Go crazy. Literally fill it up. So moving on from that guy. Sorry, not moving on from Jaden Ivey. We didn't read his stats. 29 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point land, 1 free throw attempted, 1 free throw made, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. In 29 minutes, no turnovers for Ivy. That is significant. That is very rare for Bulls guards these days. So he also had a block. If we can get that kind of production from Ivy, I mean, he's doing a good job as like a secondary playmaker. Good enough job. He's not turning the ball over. He's got 4 assists. I know that he wanted to cancel sorry. Never mind what I was going to say. Rob Dillingham. Now, last but not least, Rob Dillingham played 30 minutes, 16 points, 6-12 from the field, 0-2 from three-point land, 4-5 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals. Rob Dillingham has actually gotten a lot of steals since he came to the Bulls. It felt that way anyways. But I guess not. He had 3 steals tonight. He had 2 steals against the Nets, and he had 1 steal against the Nuggets. Maybe it was Jaden Ivey who had 3 steals before that I'm thinking of. Tonight, he had no steals. Jaden Ivey, so he goes for 10 tonight, 4 assists. I'm looking at his stats so far as a Bull. He's not shooting particularly well from 3. His 3-point percentage has gone down in every game since we got him. He's not shooting very well. Or he shot well tonight. He shot well tonight, 44%. I got to pay more attention to his defense because I just really want Jaden Ivey to work out, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like he's got what it takes to be a superstar. I know that he's got a lot to come back from. He's got to rehab from his injury, and that's a definite maybe. It's not a guarantee that he's going to return to that level of athleticism. But if he can, then that was a highway robbery of a trade. We got Ivy for Herter. And I like to bring up positive stuff to try and balance out the negativity. And I'm mad at AK tonight, in some ways. But I think what he did with some of those trades was excellent. I think he got value for a couple of guys that people said had no value. And then the Kevin Herter trade was an absolute genius move, in my opinion. You probably weren't going to re-sign Herter anyway in free agency. So you get rid of Herter and you bring in Jaden Ivey. Like, that's quite a haul, if you ask me. Like, Kevin Herter, in my opinion, might be a better. It's similar to the Caruso and Josh Giddey trade, right? Who's going to help the Pistons win a championship potentially? It's probably not Ivy when you got Cade Cunningham there, right? Cade Cunningham is doing what you would pay Jaden Ivey to do. But on the Bulls, he should have the green light. Billy should be putting him in the game and saying, "Go crazy, shoot until your heart's content." Like, we need to figure out if he still has that star in him. Does he still got that beast in him? Yeah, of course I watch every game. We don't have a point guard right now, so it's hard to say that we suck. We suck without Josh Giddey, that's for sure. Right now, we don't have an offense that's running anything. They're playing street ball, and we're getting destroyed. Why do you ask if I watch every game? Also, if you like the show, I'd love it if you came over and checked us out on YouTube. Caleb Williams is daddy. I love your screen name, by the way, because Caleb Williams is in fact daddy. I think we got to really see what's up with Jaden Ivey, though. That's my biggest takeaway. I think bringing him off the bench tonight, yeah, he still played 29 minutes, but man, if I'd like to see what would happen if Rob Dillingham started with Jaden Ivey next to him. I want Rob Dillingham to start, in fact, while Josh Giddey and Tre Jones are out. I want to see the Bulls have a real offense ran out there. When they're starting Anfernee Simons and Colin Sexton, dude, it's street ball. Nobody's out there actually setting up anybody. At least Dillingham, that's his, like, he has a skill set that's suited to run point guard. Anyways, I went through all of the stats of the Chicago Bulls. It's hard for me to say if I'm not really impressed by anybody tonight. Tonight was an ugly game, guys. The Bulls got their doors blown off in the second quarter, and they played even like the whole way back. In fact, I think they won the game after the second quarter. Like, I think they won the second half. Let me see. Yeah, the Bulls won the second half by 9 points, but it didn't matter because we went into the half down by like 30-something points. It's crazy. So overall, just a really ugly game. I'm not going to keep you guys here much longer. There's no reason for me to do so. I'm not going to ramble. I've already been here for 42 minutes. Wow, it's crazy. That's where I did come in at the end of the fourth, though. So the Bulls are done. It is the All-Star break. I'd like to know, anyone in the comments, are you looking forward to anything this All-Star break? Matas Buzelis is our only participant. He'll be participating in the Rising Stars game. So curious to watch that. Watch our boy Matas. Because he's in the Rising Stars game, he actually declined the dunk contest invitation, which he said that he didn't like doing because he wants to get his revenge for last season. So whether this is, as soon as Matas is not in the Rising Stars game anymore, he said he's going to return to the dunk contest, and I think he's going to win it. I think Matas's destiny is definitely to have a dunk contest championship in his future. Let's see here. Yeah, I am rocking the sleeveless. Do I look like a hobo? Do I look like white trash? You know who, if you're watching, that's for you. I love the sleeveless. I said that for a reason, Sal. For a certain somebody who may or may not have had rules about my sleeves. It wouldn't surprise me if he's watching because it's weird, but whatever. I know I'm being super general. I don't think anybody knows what I'm talking about. Oh, That's really mature of you. Hayes, I want to know, are you depressed? Because I feel a little depressed watching the Chicago Bulls team without Josh Giddey and without Tre Jones. There's no offensive flow. We need a point guard out there. Dillingham isn't polished enough to actually. Oh, you want to come on? Come on, baby. Dang, Hayes is coming on. Surprise guest appearance. Let's go. Sal, you can come on too if you want. All right. Yeah, get your ass over here. Let's talk some basketball. Surprise collaboration episode. Let's go. My friend Armando would love to get demolished by a bull. Now, these are the kind of comments I'm here for. I really need to stop eating the blue raspberry friggin' chews, man. They have them in the. I love these things, but they always make my. They leave a mark, man. Let's see. Take your you don't have to be too quick. I'll send you the link to your personal on Discord. Hayes, it's in our group chat for you. I'm putting my headband back on if we're gonna talk some ball. Let me see here. Are you in here yet? There he is. What up, dog? Hold on, say that again. I didn't hear. I think I had it muted. Testing. I can't hear you. What the hell? One sec.
Test. Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, now I can.
All right, that was me. That was on my side. What's going on, Philly?
Not much. Just watched the Bulls get their ass whipped thoroughly.
Yeah, that was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, pretty brutal, man. How? So what are you thinking? I feel like it's because we don't have a real point guard out there. You know, Dillingham isn't polished at all. I feel like they're just because we don't have a point guard. It's just we can't. We're not running anything offensively. We're going through these crazy stretches where we can't score the damn basketball.
Well, I think it's not even just that we don't have a point guard out there, which is definitely a thing too. I think we got to keep in mind, like, this team's probably had like 2, maybe 3 practices together since the trade deadline happened. So there's no rhythm, there's no chemistry out there. They're just going off their natural basketball instincts. So I think having this long break of the All-Star break, no Bulls really being in the All-Star weekend at all, except, a couple, is going to give them an opportunity to get a lot of practice in. We have 7 days off now. We don't play again till the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. So we got 7 days off to really try to implement some things. But I think also overall, like, we're just not going to win a lot of games the rest of the way this season, and that's by design. I believe that it is. So it's going to be an ugly finish to the season. We have not. You remember, Philly, I don't know if you remember the first year that DeMar was here after Zach went down with injury. We lost Lonzo. Zach ended up coming back, but like that last like 30 games, we won like 5 out of the last 22 games. That's how the end of the season is going to be. I fully believe that.
Oh God, that's gonna be so rough. And I think you're right, man. It just sucks, dude. It blows. But yeah, I think you're man. So, do you think that so you think that this was a purposeful tank?
Yeah, I'm starting to get that feeling. I know some people are
Crazy.
holding out hope that the Bulls, after Josh Giddey and Tre and Jaylen come back, we're gonna, be right back there, competitive or whatever it is. But I don't know, man. Seeing this team play, seeing the way that Billy Donovan's coaching, like it just feels like the tank is in, and I feel pretty safe in saying that.
It does, man. It does. It does feel like that too. And it's actually pretty nuts, man. I never thought that the Bulls would be that team. I really didn't. Um, I thought that the Bulls, they were firmly against tanking, and they're one of the franchises I think they're railing against, like are campaigning for the tanking rules to be implemented. Uh, but they're not implemented yet, so I guess you might as well take advantage while you can, huh?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're going to tank any season, this draft is so deep. That's why I can't even blame him. If AK looked at this roster and said, listen, I really thought we were going to be able to be something with this roster. I do think injuries affected that. But if he looked at it and said, hey, the runway here is not long enough, let's prioritize tanking so we can get one of these great, because you can, and the Bulls have a chance to have 2 picks in the top 20 of this draft, 20 to 25 in this draft. That's a reason enough to make this move, like to make a move like that. Like if you can get 2 picks, I looked at it this way. The Portland Trailblazers are in the 9th seed right now. If they can get in the 8th seed before the playoffs start, that means they would only have to win 1 out of 2 games to make it to the playoffs. If that happens and the Bulls have their own pick, the Portland pick, and the New Orleans Pelicans pick, which is probably going to be the first or second pick in the second round, that's a nice amount of assets to go along with your cap space. I just don't know if I trust AK to get it right. That's my biggest problem. I don't know if I trust AK to get it right.
I mean, probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't trust him to get it right, but we gotta hope, right? I mean, it's kind of like our only option at this point. I do want to say, like, I don't, I don't fully agree with guys that are saying, like, I know some of the guys that I've heard say that our only hope is to get lucky in the draft lottery. I mean, we still have a very young team that can develop, right? I think that, I think obviously that would definitely help. That would definitely expedite the process. But Noah Essengate is still on the team. I know there's pretty much nobody in the fan base that's feeling good about his potential right now. But I mean, he's still there. We don't know what he's going to be. If he ends up being even halfway decent, that would very much help. Do you think that Billy Donovan's back next season?
Probably, because I just don't trust AK to actually move off of Billy Donovan. Should he be? No. I mean, this would be his 5th out of 6. Out of 6 seasons, this would be his 5th losing season. There's almost been no coach that survives that. None.
Yeah, that's fair. I just keep hoping that they're just move him up to the front office and hire John Shire, like that rumor said. I'm hoping. I know it's probably stupid to hope, but I'm ready to be let down. Yeah. Who's your favorite Bull so far from the trades?
Oh man, honestly, probably Yabusele. Like I'm so impressed with him, bro. Like what he's been able to do, like he's a bench player and role player. I'm not saying anything like he's going to eventually turn into like a starter or anything, but like he's been just so good as a well-rounded player to just come in and can do the dirty work, plays tough, hits tough shots. I really like him. Colin Sexton from like a vocality and leadership point has been really good too. Like this team doesn't have a lot of vocal players who actually talk. Sexton has been that. I don't know if he stays here long term though, but I really like those guys. I even like Anfernee. This was the first game where I looked at Anfernee Simons like, Jesus, that was rough for you. But I mean, as individuals, just entities, I like these guys. It's just I have questions on how they fit in the team going forward, though.
Yeah, I like Richards. I feel like Richards has been nice. I guess tonight wasn't his finest performance, but yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying about Sexton. Ivy's been a disappointment so far. I hope he can strengthen that leg up and really pop back, stronger next season. Because I'm assuming we're going to bring him back, and we should probably get a pretty good discount for him, which will be nice. Mm-hmm. But hopeful for that. But yeah, Yabusele, my only beef with Yabusele is the last 3 games he's had 2 rebounds, and I think you need more than that at
that's fair.
Position.
That's fair.
But that's it. I think Sal's about to pop in there. There he is. What's up, Sal?
Hey, how's it going?
So give me your thoughts on tonight's game, bro.
Nothing much. How you doing?
Did you hear me, Sal?
Yeah,
okay.
So it's funny. Like as I popped in here, I snapped one of the cups on my Beats. So,
good times.
Yeah. What was your question? My bad.
Watching the Bulls get their ass kicked, breaking your headphones. I love it. I was saying, what were your thoughts on tonight's game? And do you feel like there's the tank is on? Do you think that the tank is on?
Well, you got to think we got a group of new guys. We've probably known each other a little bit over a week now, and we're playing. Was it the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference? I mean, I didn't expect anything less than this. You know what I mean? We're injured, we're beat up, we're battered, we're new. Any excuse you can think of, that's what we are right now. I didn't foresee a victory. But I did see a lot of heart out there. I did like the hustle. I did see a lot of heart. I did see a lot of positive to take away. A big fan of Dillingham. I like what he's going to turn out to be. I think that the Bulls really need to. I think that they need to give him a real shot. And I know he's earning his time out there. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Dillingham. Simons has been my favorite player since he's been on Portland. Man, I was a big Anfernee Simons fan. And I know all injuries aside. I'm waiting to see when Jaden Ivey is going to turn my head because it hasn't happened yet. So,
it's not going to happen. Sal, it's not going to happen. Like he does not trust that leg at all. Like you can just tell. Like he doesn't trust that leg at all. Like I watched a lot of Ivey over the last couple of years, and like his development because I love watching Cade Cunningham. So oddly enough, I watch a lot of Pistons basketball. And Jaden Ivey, there's been so many times over his time here where the last couple of years. He would have taken a guy off the dribble quickly and finished at the rim, and he's just not doing that. I think also when you look at the fact that, like, over his career, he's averaged 4.5 free throws per game. He's averaging barely 1 per game over this season. That, to me, just says a player that he just does not trust his leg, and he does not want to take any contact at all.
100%, man. It's been sad to watch.
What is that is that a Mountain Dew?
Hell yeah.
At fucking you're gonna be up all night, bro. We're gonna be in the group chat to 2 a.m. again. You're gonna be up all night, bro.
No, dude. Actually, I've been up since like I recorded with Neil this morning, and I haven't been back. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to stay up because I'm gonna crash as soon as I'm done with this. I'm gonna die because we did an hour. We also recorded. Yes, we took a long pod, but yeah, I've been up since like 3:30 this morning. So yeah. It's going to be an early night.
Is that a Dew Heavy or a zero sugar?
Oh, it's a Dew Heavy, man. I can't do zero sugar soda, man.
Man, listen, bro. I'm damn near 40 now. If I took a Dew Heavy, bro, like I'm done, bro. Like
same.
I'd be wired, bro. That's like liquid cocaine for me at this point now, bro.
I drink this shit like it doesn't even affect me like that, dude. I just love the way it tastes. But like it's bad though. Like I drink Mountain Dew, like it's my favorite drink. There's nothing that tastes better to me than a cold can of Mountain Dew, man. Ugh. It's like water.
Not even a woman?
Okay, let's not go that far. I was talking about
okay, I just want to know how far it goes. That's all.
Yeah, no, it ain't going that far. Especially my woman. March needs to come around. But anyways, Man, Sal, so Simons is your favorite guy so far? Would you say? Also, I don't know if you guys seen this. Yuki 34 points, 16 assists tonight.
Jeez, that's my guy. We got a funny story about that. My wife's a big Yuki fan. We got the I don't want to call them floor seats, but we're going to the game where they're giving out the reversible jersey.
Ah, okay.
So we're gonna bring my 6-month-old there. She wants to see if we can get a picture of my 6-month-old in it. So
hell yeah,
34 points. That a boy.
That's pretty impressive. I'm gonna have to see dude, Yuki. It's funny. After I just wrote a research paper basically on X to this guy who's telling me that he's not an NBA player. But that's awesome. I'm happy for Yuki. I feel like I don't know if he'll catch on anywhere. Obviously, he's not in the future plans for our rotation, but I wonder if he'll ever be. Probably not because of his size. He'll probably just kind of always be a novelty at the end of the bench. Most likely.
I don't know, man. Listen, here's what I'll say. Like, if you look at the NBA and how small guards really like, there's some that are successful, but you have to be a really high level scorer and passer as a small guard to make it in the NBA if you're sub 6 feet. And while Yuki is a great passer, I just don't know about the scoring at the next level. But at this point, I've learned not to count out anything, man. Like, you never know, bro. Weirder things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
He may have to play center. Look, are you falling asleep there, Philly? Like, come on, bro. That's why.
Yeah.
I saw he went into cyberspace on that one, bro. Like,
I'm not even gonna lie. Dude.
All right, and fellas, thanks for having me, Philly. I gotta head out, bro. I gotta get these kids down, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna honestly, like, I don't want to. I know, Sal, you just jumped on, but I'm dying a little bit. So.
Sal, I'll see you in a couple days, brother.
For sure, man. Looking forward to it.
All right, man.
Be good.
What are you guys doing?
He's gone.
What do you got going on with Hayes?
Well, I guess I'll say it on the live. I'm gonna have Hayes on for a little special collab. I'm trying to, as the season goes on now, I'm trying to put out a few more episodes instead of every 2 weeks. Try to do one once a week and try to get more content out there. Give. Like we were talking about the other day, man, like I've never seen so much division and like hostility with the fans now. And it's like, it's getting bad. So just anything that we can do to get some positive out there and really get people excited for the team again. Cause I've talked to a few people like that normally follow the games religiously. And they're like, I'm tapping out. Like I'm done. Like call me next year. And it's like, really? Come on.
Man, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't know. It's still fun to watch the new toys, but I mean, we've only got 29 games left, and then we get to the offseason, which the offseason this year should be a lot of fun. Hayes just made some good points. There's a good chance that the Bulls that they might have 2 top 20 picks or like right around there if Portland gets in the playoffs and or at least out of the lottery. And I think he said that the Pelicans' second-round pick might be the first or second best second-round pick. Yeah. So, you might have 3 picks in the top 31, 32 picks. So, if that's the case, then they maybe even could package all that up and move up. Maybe. Mm-hmm. So, maybe our time is still coming. Maybe it actually is coming.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm like, it's bittersweet because, like I said, like I'm really happy that we got Anfernee Simons. He was one of my favorite players, and I'm just enjoying him for the next 26 games because the man makes a bag, and the Bulls were not really happy about paying people. So I'm hoping this isn't the last year that we see him on the team because, as it looks right now, I'd rather have Simons over Ivy. I mean, I know Ivy's got a bigger upside, but like Hayes said, him not trusting his leg and him kind of like settling in to just I'm not trusting this leg. I'd rather take Simons.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably get both of them. I hope you can. I think you could definitely afford both of them. Whether or not they do that is a different story. But I feel like at this point you could probably get Ivy for a pretty big deal, which is why I'm inclined to do it because, I mean, worst case scenario, you sign to a really team-friendly deal and you could probably move him eventually for someone who feels like we do. Oh, yeah, we can unlock him. So I don't know. I agree, though. I want to bring Simons back. The dude's a walking bucket. He wasn't very good tonight, but the Celtics, as someone pointed out earlier, they know his game. And, they probably knew exactly how to try and limit him. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. I really like Nick Richards a lot. I feel like he's going to stick around. I'm curious to see what happens with Collins, I guess. I don't know if he's going to play again this season. I heard a positive update. I didn't hear the update, though. I heard that there was a positive update about his health.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear what the update was, but I'm assuming that, they're going to try to get all these older guys. Well, I should say older guys, but the remaining Bulls back in the rotation, because I know a lot of fans are advocating for like just shut Giddey down for the rest of the season, but you really can't do that because you need to see how Giddey plays with these new additions. Because if that's really what you're going to be building the team around, Giddey, you got to get reps in with these new guys. I'll throw Zach Collins in there, unless acquiring Nick Richards and Yabusele was more of writings on the wall. Hey, Zach Collins, your contract's expiring, and you got some pretty hefty injuries. Thanks for your service, but have a nice one. You know what I mean? So I don't expect them to all be shut down for the rest of the year. Like I said, we still have Tre Jones. We have another piece that we got to work in there. So the losses, I'll be honest with you, they don't really do anything for me because I'm more scouting out the future. Like, who do we take into next season?
I'm with you. That's why I think that Giddey needs to come back. I've seen some people that were like, oh, yeah, he's probably not going to come back. They're going to shut him down. And I think that would be a massive, massive mistake. You've got to figure out who's going to play well with him. You can't do that in practice. You got to do it in a game setting. Cue the Allen Iverson practice meme. Like, you gotta practice. Talking about practice,
not a
game. Practice. So yeah, I think the Bulls got to get him out there. I agree. Tre Jones too. I mean, all of that. You also, I think, want to, kind of see, is Dillingham going to push Tre Jones out, or is there going to be room for all of them? I'm curious. I feel like Tre Jones is definitely got more defensive skills right now than Dillingham does, but I think Dillingham is a more dangerous offensive player. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. Maybe you play one or the other depending on your opponent. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, definitely. But all right, Sal, I appreciate you trying to do positive content, by the way, because you're right. Like, there doesn't need to be, like, man, we could be bummed out about the Bulls, but we could be bummed out about them together. And even if we all disagree, man, there's no reason to be, crazy negative. It's okay to be a negative about some of this stuff, but, at the same time, we don't need to start a massive,
no.
free for all or anything like that. It's crazy. The fans, we should all treat each other well. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I get it, man. It's frustrating times, especially like Stacey King said it perfectly today. Like, we have 6 banners in the United Center, and they're not decorations. Like, that name used to hold, the Chicago Bulls brand is big, is a big franchise. But like I started watching when we won 3 championships, and then I watched seasons where we won 13 wins, and then then we got Derrick Rose, and we were starting to like, oh, the flame is real. Didn't work out the way we wanted to, and we had we were slowly tapering out. So I get it. These fans, we're due, because I said it on the show that the Chicago Bulls are the only team in the Chicago sports that have not made a finals appearance in the 2000s. Every other Chicago sport team has made a finals appearance except the Bulls.
Wow, I never thought about that. It's true. Damn, we are due. We are due. I don't know. We're a ways off from appearing in the finals, but the thing about basketball, it's tough, man, is you can't really have a Cinderella run. It's very much difficult to do that because of the way that the playoffs are with the 4-game series and everything. It'd be different if it was single game elimination. That's why I think the NBA Cup is actually kind of exciting. I know it doesn't mean anything, and they should figure that out. But I like it because it's a single elimination style tournament, which I guess it's kind of double elimination. Like, you know what I mean, though? It's a tournament that doesn't take a series in order to eliminate your opponent. And so all it takes is a good game or two, you know, where you just happen to be hotter than your opponent. And so the winner, I mean, I'm pretty sure the last few winners have not gone on to do anything that season. I don't think we've had an NBA Cup winner be the same as the NBA Finals winner. I know that.
No, because what was it? The Lakers one year. Last year, who was it? The Heat?
The Bucks?
The Bucks. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bucks. And then it was the Knicks this year. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's you know, it's tough. It's a different type of tournament. So in a 4-game series, the talent is almost always going to rise to the top, or you have to be at least like kind of within the other team's ballpark of talent in order to win a 4-game series. Now, we have seen upsets. We've seen 8 seeds beat 1 seeds, but it's extremely rare because beating a team 4 times is a pretty, even like if it was a 5-game series, it'd be different because it's like, okay, well, you only got to win 3. Like, that's not, you can kind of see an upset there. But I feel like those 6th and 7th games in those series are where the talent really rises to the occasion, and you just you just kind of sit there left holding your jock. So, all right, Sal, I appreciate you jumping on with me, brother. I'm gonna wrap
Appreciate
up
you.
this. Oh yeah, man. I'll have to have you on for an episode where we actually talk for at length for an episode. I know you had me on your podcast, but we could definitely do that here. So we'll do that soon. I'll bring you on. We'll talk for an extended period of time, and maybe shortly after All-Star Weekend, maybe we get a few games in, and then we could talk about how the Bulls look post All-Star Weekend. Hopefully, Giddey's back, and we could see what's up with that team and talk some ball.
For sure, man. Looking forward to it, man. I love collabs. Shout out Forrest real quick, man. Forrest, best of luck to your cousin in Minnesota, man. I was really bummed that he got traded.
Agreed. I thought J-Pip was I still think he has a lot of potential. He's a classic, got the mold of a classic 3-and-D wing. I think that especially in Minnesota, man, they might be able to really maximize his potential. So they're long over there. They're long over there in Minnesota, man.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm going to say the same thing I said about the Io trade. I'm glad that the Bulls at least had the decency to bring him to a contender, to have him compete instead of wasting away on a team that's just hovering on the bottom of the barrel. So you got a dunk tonight? I'll have to go look at the highlight.
Hell yeah. I agree, Sal. I'm glad that we did right by Io and sent him. I mean, Vooch too. We sent those guys to teams that were contending. The only guy that kind of got was Jaylen Terry. He got kind of sent out, and now he's going to be going for the G League MVP. But it was crazy that I seen he was signed to a 2-way. I was like, oh my god, no. Like, it
Did
feels
we not
like
have any roster spots on Windy City, man? at least come on, man. Windy City Bulls, bring them.
Well, he's signed somewhere now, but he's on a 2-way.
Yeah, he's with Philly.
That's right, Philly. So it's like, dude, I don't know. It just feels like crazy. Like, he was on our main roster. It feels like such like a, you were on our main roster for a couple years, but go back to the G League, buddy. Like, dang. We'll see what happens. What if he did win G League MVP, man?
He'd get a couple phone calls, that's for sure.
That's for sure. I mean, I know Mac did that and it didn't really work out for him, but Dalen's actually got an NBA body, so
absolutely.
So yeah, man. Shout out to J Pip, and hope all works out for him there. And I hope we resign Io in free agency, but I know it's probably not going to happen.
We can always hope, man. We can always hope.
Nothing wrong with hope. I think J Pip's got another year left on his rookie deal, so he'll be with Minnesota next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Good team, very good team, good talent.
Yeah, and I feel like Anthony Edwards is like the closest thing in the league right now to Jordan, so I kind of like sneakily like the Minnesota Timberwolves because of that.
Same.
But all right, Sal, I loved having you. Thanks for popping on, man. It was awesome. I love the pop-up factor. That was really cool that you jumped on. So okay, team
anytime. If I'm home, I'm here.
Love it, dude. All right, everybody at home, as always. Long live the Chicago Bulls. Long live you, Breeze Nation. Appreciate you guys sticking with me for this very long post-game show. And Sal, thank you again. Until next time, see red, everybody.